Hi, Phil Aston here from Now Spinning Magazine. It's Ian Gillan's birthday. One of my favourite vocalists from one of my favourite bands, although many of the bands he's been in are my favourite bands. So, one of my favourite vocalists. And what I've done today is I put together a playlist of 15 tracks for my own entertainment. And I thought, I'll share this with you. I'll share this on the channel and elsewhere on Now Spinning Magazine's kind of social platforms as well. So if you'd like to join in and use the same playlist that I'm going to put together, or as well as, you can say in the comments what tracks you're going to play today to celebrate Ian's birthday. I've just picked these, not at random. Some of them are my most favourite Ian Gillan performances of all time. Some of them are just in this list because I'm at a moment in time when some of these tracks are kind of like really connecting with me. It might be that in a few weeks they kind of drift in and out of this playlist, but some of them will always be there. So 15. So what is at number 15? Number 15 is Black Sabbath, Born Again. An album that desperately needs to be remixed and reconfigured and re-released. But for this playlist, I have picked Zero the Hero. It's a great lyric. It's a great melody, it's a great riff, it's a great performance. Zero the Hero is my favourite track from this album anyway, but that is at number 15. At number 14 is the last track from the album Whoosh, which is Dancing in My Sleep. Now I was going to pick a track from Now What, but I've been playing this a lot since the =1 Deep Purple album came out, and Dancing in My Sleep is kind of different. It's a different approach, and I like Ian Gillan's delivery on that. So Dancing in My Sleep is at number 14. At number 13 is One Eye on Morocco. This album came out a few years ago, and I remember Jeff Barton from Kerrang! Sounds, as most of you remember him, saying it was the sound of a vocalist heading into his kind of twilight years and knowing how to adjust his voice. 2009. Quite a while ago, really. I've always had a soft spot for this album, and One Eye to Morocco, the opening track, is probably my favourite. There are lots of other things on here that are great, but that is a great listen. It really is. Next is 1990, and it is No More Cane on the Brabus from Naked Thunder. I remember listening to the Friday Rock Show with Tommy Vance, and obviously it's got to be 1990. I was quite jaded, it was quite late, and suddenly he played this track towards the end of the show, and I thought, that's Ian Gillan, that's Ian Gillan, because obviously there was, without the internet, a lot of things were kind of rumours and everything, was Gillan out of Purple, what was going to happen? And it was Gut Reaction. And I just thought Gut Reaction was a great chorus, a great track. It's a very mixed album, this. I don't mean mixed in quality, I mean mixed in styles of music. In fact, thinking about it now, when I got married to Sue, we picked quite a few tracks off this album to do with the playlist for the party afterwards. But No More Cane on Brabus is kind of like a showcase for Ian Gillan, showing a different side of his personality and his vocal style. So that's what I've picked at number 12. At number 11 is from the Gillan album, also mainly known, I think, is called the Japanese album. And what I've picked from here is Roller. Roller is this version, not the Mr. Universe version. Has got a different feel. The fade, the run out is different. It's, there's different guitarist, Steve Bird on guitar, and this, not Bernie Torme. It's a fantastic performance, very Purple-esque. Absolutely love that. So Roller is the track I have picked to be at number 11 in my Gillan playlist. And number 10 is the Ian Gillan Band from Child in Time, and it's not Child in Time. It is actually Let It Slide. Let It Slide has got a great screaming section in it, but it's quite subdued in a way. But it's a beautiful song. On side 2, it's basically you had Child in Time segueing into Let It Slide. That's the side. When we bought this, everybody, people thought that Ian Gillan had kind of was a false start for his solo career in many ways, compared to what was going on, with Rainbow Rising, that kind of thing, where Purple were. But side 2, I really warmed to. It was a totally different version of Child in Time, and I really like it. I love the guitar solo by Ray Fenwick, who's sadly no longer with us. But Let It Slide is the next in my list. Next is from Perpendicular, and it is Sometimes I Feel Like Screaming. One of the great Steve Morse era Purple classic tracks, and a wonderful performance by Ian Gillan. Great lyric about him trying to ring his wife when he's on tour. Just a wonderful song, and a song that I, to this day, feel it should never have left the live set. Next is something you probably won't be expecting. It's from Who Do We Think We Are, which you might be expecting, but you won't be expecting this track. I've decided on Our Lady. There's no keyboard solo, there's no guitar solo, it's just vocals and Purple. And I just love the melody line, I love the phrasing, I love the feel of the song, and as I'm celebrating Ian Gillan's birthday, I felt that Our Lady was a great choice for what how I've positioned all of these. But I love that track. I think when I was learning to play guitar, I used to think, I could play along with that one because there's no solo to intimidate me. But yeah, Our Lady from Who Do We Think We Are from 1973. Next is from 1977, and it is the Ian Gillan Band again from Clear Air Turbulence. Oh, what an album this is. The jazz rock period as it's known. And I've picked 5 Moons, which is a ballad with a sublime instrumentation on it, but lovely soft vocal from Ian Gillan. Just beautiful. 5 Moons from Clear Air Turbulence. Beautiful. Sitting in between Clear Air Turbulence, the track itself, and Moneylender. Brilliant stuff. 5 Moons. Next, I feel this flows quite well, is from Fireball, and it's Falls. What a track. The way it starts with that, wonderful distant vocal from Ian Gillan before it comes in. And how many of us, it still makes us jump. I think as I became more musical and understood phrasing and dynamics in music, I began to work it out. But, a lot of people, it made them jump when they first heard, the way it moves into a different part of the song. And of course, Falls has got that wonderful Blackmore violin, volume pedal guitar solo with Lord coming underneath with a Hammond organ chord just to softly carry the note somewhere else. But Ian Gillan on that, fantastic. I could have picked No One Came because it's funny, it's observational, but I've gone for Falls. Next shows Ian Gillan in Full Flight, and I remember hearing this at school and just playing it over and over again, especially the bit when he screams in such a way you think, well, he can't get any higher than that, surely. And he does. Well, he can't get any higher than that. And he does. Nobody on earth can get any higher than that. And he does. It is, of course, Strange Kind of Woman from Made in Japan. Obviously, as it segues to Lazy's, where those solo screams are, but the way he mimics Blackmore's guitar on that track as well. One of the finest albums in my entire collection, Made in Japan by Deep Purple, Strange Kind of Woman, 16th of August 1972. Fantastic, Ian Gillan. Next, now, some of you might wonder why I didn't pick the version of this song from the album I've just showed you, but I think this one shows off Ian Gillan's prowess as a vocalist far more. And it's, I think, the track that got him picked to be in Jesus Christ Superstar. It is Child in Time. On Man in Japan, he goes from the soft scream to the high point one instantly, really. On this one, it's a portrayal of control and expectation and emotive dynamics that makes this, to me, the ultimate version of Child in Time. It's not frantic and wild and on the edge, and will they make it or not, as Man in Japan, but I think this version for Ian, to showing off what Ian Gillan did within the framework of Deep Purple at this time, is just stunning. And in many ways, the guitar solo here is just timeless as well. In rock, Child in Time. Two left. I've missed one out. So for the sake of, does it matter? Yes, I've just realised that I've missed out because it's on a 7-inch single, and I thought that was the easiest way of showing you, and it should have actually been after Sometimes I Feel Like Screaming and Our Lady. What is it? It is this. The B-side of Never Before, When a Blind Man Cries. It's hard to try and describe this track because it wasn't on Machine Head and it wasn't on any compilations at that time either. And so it was a really difficult song to listen to unless you bought the single Never Before. Later on, when the new Live and Wear singles came out around the Punk 1977, it used to be on the jukebox quite a lot. But again, this was a very different type of song to what Deep Purple were doing. It belonged on that album, and in fact, on the 50th anniversary remix by Dweezil Zappa, it appears on the vinyl album as well. And now it's just a common thing, and it's a major part of the live set to this day. But yes, When a Blind Man Cries is also in my top 15 Ian Gillan moments. As I said, I should have remembered that, but being a single, I didn't see it. So we are now back to the last two, really, this time. They're both from Gillan. And because it's all about Gillan, this. And so it is from Glory Road, 1980. And the track that I've decided to have is On the Rocks, 6 minutes and 42 seconds. The way it starts, the delivery, the attack, the observational lyrics again, it's one of Gillan's finest, as a band, finest tracks they ever did. And one of Ian Gillan's finest performances as a rock vocalist. The Gillan band were just awesome. This lineup of Gillan, John McCoy, Colin Towns, great players, all of them, great players. Bernie Torme on guitar, absolutely fantastic guy. And Mick Underwood, sadly missed as well, as is Bernie Torme. What a band. And Ian Gillan, the Gillan band, Glory Road, On the Rocks. And at number 1 on my Ian Gillan playlist for his birthday this year is Fighting Man, which I'm kind of cheating a bit here because this version of Fighting Man is also on the Japanese album, which I showed you earlier on. But this gives me a chance to show a different album cover. I don't think they could better it. And that's why, although Bernie Torme was in the band by now, they just thought we can't do that any better than it is, so it's going out. 7 minutes and 28 seconds of the finest singing vocals by Ian Gillan. It's the track that created the Gillan band. You know, Colin Towns sitting down and saying, Ian, I think I've got something here. And the jazz rock kind of version of the Ian Gillan band saying, laughing as if it's not really what we want to do. It opened the door to the resurgence and return of Ian Gillan. Mr. Universe is a great album which I've covered on this channel before, but to me, Fighting Man will be the track that I probably play a few times today in honour of Mr. Gillan's birthday. So there you go. That is my top 15 tracks today, this year, at the moment, for Ian Gillan. So happy birthday, Ian. Thank you for all of the music. Thank you for everything, for the memories, the journeys, for being around my life, what's been going on in it, and for all of the Now Spinning Magazine subscribers and readers and viewers who are also fans of your music and whatever little combo you've been part of. This is just my small selection of 15 tracks for your birthday at the moment. So thank you for watching. Please list what you're playing today in honour of Ian's birthday. Great to see what you're playing as well. Thank you for being here. Remember, music is the healer and the doctor. Become involved, become a member of Now Spinning Magazines, get a t-shirt, and take care, keep spinning those discs, and I'll talk to you all very, very soon.